Okay, I just read this article about a class action lawsuit being filed against Ron DeSantis by some leftists, in my opinion, they're leftist scumbags um, who just want to hurt anybody who doesn't agree with their policies of bringing illegal aliens to conservative parts of the country, or red, or they say Republican controlled parts of the country versus Democrat parts control of the country, because those places already have enough vote, so they don't need any influx of new people that might vote for them. But my point on this is, I think there should be a lawsuit, but not against DeSantis. It should be against Biden and Harris, because they are encouraging people to take these extreme risks and have caused lives because of their lackadaisical policies on the border. So here's what I mean. Take example of this guy from Venezuela, which is horrible because they're socialists, and we should not want to bring that type of government here because it would destroy anybody who's not ultra rich or politically connected. But I digress. Um, so we got here is an illegal alien who says he came in because the border is open. So many people have died, been abused, been trafficked by the cartel because our scumbag in chief is not enforcing the rules. We can minimize that. Not to mention all the parents who had kids die from fentanyl should be able to sue as well, because it's the open border policy that's allowing all these drugs to come in. The lady who had her head cut off recently, and I'm going to put a link to that in here as well, is because we want is enforcing the law and more illegals are coming in. We need to make sure everybody who comes in legally, and we go back to the stay in Mexico policy till their case is heard, then they come in if they have an actual thing of asylum. If they're from Venezuela, they'd probably be good here because they won't be voting for Democrat scumbags, and that's all good with me. But they have to come here legally. So look at this story here. Because of his open border policy, so many people are being trafficked. So many women and children. I'm sure some men too, but most of the women and children are being trafficked because of this. And I'm going to keep calling this the scumbag in chief, in my opinion, is keeping this border open and announcing it. We need to close the border to reduce this traffic, to reduce the suffering. And these people, if there's any people who should be to sue somebody, it should be the family members of these people who have been trafficked and the survivors, because of his policies that encourage this. The families of these people who, if the wall had been completed and if we were actually enforcing our border, these people would probably still be alive because they wouldn't have got through the border. These are the people who we should be suing Biden and Harris, because their lax policies led to these deaths and probably many more we don't even know about. As usual, if you like this video and want to see more of them, please check out the merch below. And of course, in the description, I will have links to my sources for my conclusions. Thank you. All right, here's some more merch. Something you can give to people who voted for Biden, just to tease them a little bit, or to tease people when you walk down the street. Trigger the snowflakes, if you will. So this is what I imagine, not fact, but just what I imagine that the Sinaloa cartel has in mind for Biden. Don't know for a fact, just think that they probably would give him an award like this if they could. I mean, he's done all the things on here, so something to tease more Biden voters about.